Tonight, don't just watch the news, you become part of it. First up, we got that 911 tape after a man was carjacked and attacked.
Some guy just came up to our door and he is bleeding. It looked like he got beat up. He's full of blood.
I'm Josie Ortegon. We've obtained a 911 recording about a brutal beating that took place in Far East Las Cruces that has police still chasing a suspect.
Also tonight, he told police he did it, and a blood test showed Joel Garcia was under the influence tonight. He allegedly killed 3 El Pasoans. ABC-7 confirming neither can be used as evidence against him, and bad police work is reportedly to blame. Jack telling us tonight, justice for the Deal and Del Rio families. Also, a well-known high school football coach in our area finding himself up against the parents and district officials. What Coach Chuck Feliz is being asked to do. Famous faces in El Paso this weekend for the big boxing matches, but you're not showing one of the main attractions some love. Yeah, we're seeing Ryan on the CW tonight, who tells us Chavez is a pathetic loser. I hope he gets crushed in the ring. Ouch. Not much better than that, Nichole. It's pretty much downhill for Chavez tonight as far as our viewers go. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. But the weekend is finally here, so I'm sure you want to know how much rain is in the forecast. I'll have that answer coming up in Storm Track Weather.
It's all next on ABC 7 at 9 on the CW. Get ready. You become part of the day's news right now.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley at Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC-7 at 9 on the El Paso Las Cruces CW.
It is Friday night, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us here on ABC-7 at 9 on the CW. I'm Bob Harp. We'll have all the day's top stories and the ones you're buzzing about in social media coming up.
And I'm Nichole Gomez, tracking some showers and thunderstorms on Doppler radar. I'm also tracking what you're saying, but let's take a sneak peek at what you can expect through the weekend. Tonight, isolated storms still possible, but our rain chances go up next week. We'll have more details coming up in just a bit. Bob?
All right, looking good. Thanks so much for that, Nichole. Now we do begin with the search for this man. 37-year-old Abel Montes is accused of carjacking a 61-year-old man in Las Cruces, brutally attacking him, then ditching him in a Las Cruces neighborhood. Police say Montes may be in El Paso or even Mexico tonight with his girlfriend, 41-year-old Martina Hernandez. Tonight, we have the 911 recording of the man who found the victim walking down the 5300 block of Sunny Acres Drive asking for help. ABC-7's Josie Ortegon reports from our New Mexico mobile newsroom tonight.
Some guy just came up to our door and he is bleeding. It looked like he got beat up. He's full of blood. I guess he got beat up and they stole his car.
Police say it's still unclear what the relationship between the victim and Abel Montes may have been, but they do know that the victim was dumped here in this area off of Sunny Acres Drive. And then the victim staggers to this home right behind me, and the owner calls 911 about a bloodied victim on his doorstep.
He's bleeding from everywhere. His face, his arms are full of blood.
At that point, the man was falling in and out of consciousness.
He doesn't know where it happened?
No. My mom keeps asking him and he just doesn't know. He keeps just pointing down the road.
The injuries were so severe, he thought he was shot in the head.
He got hit by a shotgun on his head.
That's what he said.
He said he got shot.
Police say he did not suffer from a gunshot wound, but rather blunt force trauma. The victim's car was later found in downtown El Paso, leading police to believe Montes is still in the borderland. And police say Martina Hernandez may still be with him, but not willfully.
This is somebody who we believe committed a crime, and it was a particularly heinous crime. Obviously, this person has the capacity to be dangerous.
Well, Crime Stoppers now offering a $1,000 reward for any information. Now, if you do happen to know where Montes or Hernandez are, you're asked to call Las Cruces police immediately. And also shocking developments tonight in the Joel Garcia case. He is the man police say was drunk when he crashed his car into another car on Christmas Eve, killing 2 brothers and 1 of their girlfriends. The judge yesterday saying police officers did not handle the case properly. So the judge ruled Garcia's confession and blood test showing he was under the influence cannot be used as evidence. That was the most damaging evidence that prosecutors say they had against him. ABC-7's complete coverage continues tonight from this week's court hearing as both sides showed the judge what evidence they want to use in the upcoming trial. The judge questioned the 3 officers on when they ordered Garcia's blood be drawn. The officers said it happened before they got the warrant, claiming hospital staff was about to give Garcia medication that would have altered his blood chemistry. On top of that, the judge also threw out part of Garcia's confession because he was read his Miranda rights after he gave it to police. The 24-year-old is facing 3 counts of intoxication manslaughter for the deaths of Joshua and Isaiah Deal and Joshua's girlfriend, Shannon Del Rio. This really has you talking tonight. Sonia on our Facebook page saying, this is just so wrong in so many levels. I can't begin to understand our court systems. Ismael, amazing how repeat offenders served some sort of jail time, and in this case, 3 lives were lost. Justice should be served. Now, again, this story is just getting hot on our Facebook page. We posted that about an hour ago. Many more comments from what you're saying tonight in just a few minutes. First, though, parents of Montwood High School football players, they are demanding answers from well-known coach Chuck Valise. Now, they want to see how he's been handling fundraising money. This week, Socorro School District officials issued a report on the complaint against Coach Valise. In paperwork ABC-7 got today, SISD sides with the parents, saying Valise should have provided more documentation for the end-of-the-year banquets for the last 3 years. Now, the district says Valise showed them some receipts, but he needs to show them more. That's all that's being said. Well, the Children's Hospital is defending the money it pays its CEO and consultants, helping them through bankruptcy. County Commissioner David Stout is saying that $220,000 a month, which is what they get, is just too much. Children's responded in court saying it's essential, and the improvements made since hiring Alex Partners, the consultant, prove that it's worth it. Children's telling us that it went from having 8 days of cash on hand to having 43 days worth of money since hiring the consultants. Remember, UMC claims the Children's owes it about $100 million. And still, UMC is keeping Children's Hospital operational tonight by providing staff and service, but it's expanding its patient care, though. ABC-7 toured the new surgery units at UMC today. A spokesman says the $1.3 million project will make for a more comfortable stay for anybody getting surgery at UMC.
Stay in recovery for about an hour, and they know the nurses before surgery, and they'll know the nurses after, and then they go home safely with their families and safe and comfortable.
Now, a lot of us were wondering this, but UMC said today the tour was not related to the problems that pretty much put all the elective surgeries on hold there. It may not even get its accreditation because a report showed UMC had unsanitary conditions and does not properly train its employees. The hospital, though, has 2 more weeks to fix those problems, so it's adding extra staff to the sterile processing department, hiring 2 outside companies to watch over that department, and infection control. And UMC is certifying all department managers, so when that deadline comes up in about 2 weeks, we will certainly keep you updated. Good news for you NMSU students who rely on financial aid. Remember, we were talking about the school listening to complaints from the students? Well, now it didn't fall on deaf ears is what we're being told. That's because you will actually get your money when you're supposed to if you rely on financial aid at NMSU. The university announced students will get 75% of their financial aid on the first day of class, which is August 19th. The rest will be issued on September 9th. A man is accused of breaking into a San Elizario business, and the owner of El Manny Tire reportedly caught 19-year-old Jason Alexis Castillo in the act. Castillo tonight is charged with burglary of a business under $10,000. ABC-7 and TxDOT with live traffic coverage for you tonight. Well, you know, we don't get to say this very often these days, but everything looks good on I-10, Nicole. When I told you a few minutes ago, hey, no TxDOT construction, no closures, no backups, I think you said something like, finally, right?
We get to get home on time.
Yeah, something along those lines.
It'll take me an hour to get home.
I'm telling you, but hey, the roads are looking dry out there. No rain right now.
No rain in the forecast right now, but let's talk about those current conditions because it's looking good out there. Temperature's nice and comfortable, and at the airport here in El Paso, we're still at 87 degrees. That light breeze out of the west or northwest at 13 miles per hour. And in Las Cruces, current temperature at 80 degrees. Winds are lighter out of the north to northeast at 10 miles per hour. So we still have some light activity on Doppler radar, mainly well to our south. It looks like it's moving towards the northwest. We also have some moisture well to our north, but notice here in El Paso and Las Cruces, looks like we're fairly dry, but our future track model showing us at around 11 o'clock, portions of Hudspeth County, Culberson County could see some rain. I'll advance the model yet again around 3 o'clock in the morning. This model also showing us that we could see some rain around 3 o'clock. But what can we expect for the rest of the weekend? I'm sure you want to know how the details coming up in your full forecast. Bob?
All right, thanks. And if you want to know as well how to connect with our conversations going on in social media tonight, you do it by using the name CU on the CW on all 3 social media apps, the big ones, because we want to see you or even hear from you on the CW. Of course, KVIA.com on Facebook is where a lot of the discussions are happening as well. Okay, so let's get back to the story that you are buzzing about tonight. A judge saying bad police work is why prosecutors cannot use the blood test or Joel Garcia's confession, all of it anyway, as evidence in his trial. On Christmas Eve, he allegedly got drunk and crashed into a car with brothers Joshua and Isaiah Deal and Joshua's girlfriend, Shannon Del Rio. All 3 of them died. Now, the officers told the judge that they got the blood work before getting a warrant, Nichole, and the confession they got before reading him his Miranda rights, and that's why the evidence can't be used.
Bob, and this is what prosecutors were hoping to use against him to get convictions on 3 counts of intoxication manslaughter.
So, of course, people wondering, is this a big blow to the DA's case tonight? And this is what folks at home are saying tonight.
Barbie says, so sad. And then Ernesto, wow, not right. Jeremy chimes in with this. It's a disgrace to our legal system. The cops had to either draw his blood and get a proper sample or wait for the doctors to get him medication and get a tampered sample. And Jose says, be mad at the police work by the El Paso Police Department. They messed up an easy, legitimate case against Joel. I'm not defending anything he did.
Travis telling us tonight it's so sad that because of incompetent people, this jerk might get off. Now, the system really fails to protect us at what is right and fair at times. All right, Carolyn saying she has some sympathy for Joel. It was just a fun night out with friends and family. They had too much to drink and chose to get in the car drunk. It was an accident which he will remember for the rest of his life. And switching gears right now, first of all, I want to invite you to our Facebook pages to join that conversation. I know a lot of people at home, Nichole, have a lot to say, but it's Friday. We want to lighten things up here a little bit. People from all over the world, if you didn't know, they're coming to town this weekend.
That's right, and they're getting ready for some fighting. 2 big boxing matches take place tomorrow night at the Don Haskins Center.
I was hoping you would read that as fighting.
Of course.
Yeah, that was a fighting, right? Well, they're calling the doubleheader like something you'd see at the MGM in Las Vegas. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is fighting Marcos Reyes, and Carl Frampton is taking on Alejandro Gonzalez Jr. Now, it took 4 months of planning and more than 400 people to make it happen. The fights will be covered by both CBS and Showtime. Media from Ireland, Mexico, and the Philippines, and of course other countries, they're already here.
It's going to be all entertainment, so it should be good.
We didn't actually realise that we were going to get the 2 shows, the benefits of both of them. So it's just an extraordinary experience, and we're really looking forward to it.
Oh man, these fights don't come here often, so I'll stick around all day if I have to support these events.
About 12,000 people, Nichole, are expected to go to the Don Haskins Center to watch the fights because there are a bunch of them leading up to the main ones. The gates are going to open at 11:30 in the morning. You pretty excited?
Yeah.
Okay. I hear the guys in the back laughing. Big boxing fan you are, apparently. Hey, well, during the weigh-ins, one boxing celebrity made an appearance to cheer on the contenders. Promoter Don King waved flags from various countries as each boxer stepped up to the scale. King has promoted for big-name fighters like Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.'s dad. Hey, the fight, though, has everybody talking on social media right now. Right now, you aren't really showing Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. any love, to say the least. Some of you are downright mean.
Like Ryan, who says, Chavez is a pathetic loser. Hope he gets crushed in the ring. And Renee says, ugh, not like he's going to win. And Marco, hope he gets knocked out. He'll never even be close to the boxer his dad was. Sheesh.
I like your emphasis on ugh. Hey, Michael saying so much talent gone to waste. Sad that he prefers to just party all the time. Tony, this guy never takes the sport seriously. And EPWM telling us, I wonder how good of a fighter he is than his father. All right. Well, hey, what story is having you leave comments about a younger generation like Daniel, youngsters and their priorities? And Wesley saying, man, our generation is spoiled. Talking about the new survey on young people at work. How many of you would quit your job because your boss said to put your cell phone away? The numbers might blow you away. Nicole, get off your cell phone and give me that weather forecast. Yeah?
Oh, okay. Well, we're tracking rain for tonight. What about the rest of your weekend? We'll take a look at the latest future track computer model coming up in weather.
This is ABC 7 at 9 on the CW. You don't just watch the news here. You are the news. We'll be right back.